Years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Yeah, see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was eating.
Go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
That's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, "Man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax." Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't saying,
Stop scrolling. This isn't just another tabloid-style headline with a flimsy reveal. This time, it's different. You're about to dive into a story that's got the internet buzzing louder than a stadium concert. Why? Because Usher, yes, that Usher, has finally broken his silence after months of whispers, accusations, and straight-up shockwaves surrounding Diddy and the biggest names in music. And what he just said about Justin Bieber. It's got fans, insiders, and even former collaborators questioning everything they thought they knew. It's juicy. It's revealing. It's real. So grab your metaphorical popcorn. Let's unpack how Usher's bombshell comments have sent ripple effects across an industry built on fame, image, and untold truths. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. Quiet for so long. In the entertainment world, silence isn't just golden, it's often strategic. When controversy swirled around Diddy earlier this year, the internet collectively side-eyed his famous circle, wondering who would speak up. And yet, Usher, arguably one of his most well-known proteges, stayed quiet. For months. People speculated. Was he protecting someone? Was he afraid? Or was he just waiting for the right moment? Behind the scenes, whispers painted Usher as the gatekeeper to many truths. After all, he'd been close with both Diddy and Bieber for years. But the real reason for his silence? Turns out, Usher wasn't just waiting, he was watching. Watching the media frenzy. Watching former collaborators take sides. Watching the truth begin to leak out in fragments. Until finally, he couldn't hold back any longer. But what exactly made him talk? Backhand index pointing right, could it be guilt? A sense of responsibility? Or did he know something the rest of us didn't? Let's rewind. Early 2000s. Diddy was already a household name, a mogul with an empire. Usher? A breakout star. Their paths collided in studios, red carpets, and behind closed doors at VIP events. What most fans didn't know then, Diddy and Usher's relationship wasn't just industry cordial, it was deeply personal. Usher once lived in Diddy's house. Not rented a guest room, lived there. As a teen. To many, it was a mentorship. But to others, it was something more layered, and now, years later, more concerning. The experience, according to Usher in recent interviews, shaped him, but not always for the better. I saw things I wasn't supposed to see, he said. I was exposed to a lifestyle most people don't understand, especially at that age. Fire weight. What does that mean? What did Usher witness? And how does that connect to Bieber? Musical note entered Justin Bieber. A star is born. But at what cost? Fast forward to the late 2000s. A floppy-haired teen from Canada starts posting song covers on YouTube. Enter Usher. He saw something in Bieber, raw talent, star potential, and the kind of marketability the industry eats up. But there was a battle. Diddy also wanted Bieber. There was a literal tug-of-war between the two powerhouses for who would mentor him. Usher won. Or did he? Usher brought Bieber into the spotlight under the Raymond Braun Media Group, co-founded with Scooter Braun. But guess who stayed close, always lurking in the background? Yup, Diddy. And now, with Usher finally speaking, he's suggesting that Bieber's introduction into fame wasn't just career acceleration, it was an initiation. You think you're helping someone rise, Usher said, and then you realize, maybe you brought them into something they weren't ready for. Thought balloon chilling, right? What was really going on behind the scenes? And how deep does this rabbit hole go? It's easy to idolize celebrities. The lights, the Grammys, the sold-out tours. But what Usher's beginning to suggest is that fame is a package deal and not always the kind you want. He hints at parties, ones that weren't just champagne and celebration. Ones where young artists saw too much too soon. He talks about boundaries being blurred and trust being misplaced. Usher doesn't name names yet, but the subtext is clear. The industry has secrets. And Bieber? He was caught in the crossfire. That infamous 2014 spiral, DUIs, bizarre behavior, rehab rumors, it wasn't random. According to Usher, it was the pressure cooker finally exploding. Ever wonder why so many young stars lose their way? Flush face, maybe it's not just the fame. Maybe it's the people behind it. Brain Usher's own wake-up call, the turning point. This isn't just a cautionary tale about others. Usher admits that he had to step away. In his words, I had to unlearn what the industry taught me. He took time off, became more involved in activism, spoke up about mental health, and quietly distanced himself from the people he once called mentors. His comments about Diddy are carefully worded but laced with implication. You have to ask yourself, what are you willing to ignore just to stay successful? That line hit fans hard, and insiders harder. Was Usher implying complicity or regret? Either way, the narrative changed. This wasn't just a celebrity gossip bomb, it was an awakening. Backhand index pointing right, but what does this mean for Bieber now? Broken Heart Bieber's response, silence speaks volumes. Interestingly, since Usher's comments surfaced, Justin Bieber has been silent. No tweets, no interviews, not even an Instagram story. For someone who's usually quick to respond, especially to controversy, his silence is deafening. Sources say Bieber feels betrayed and exposed. Others claim he feels seen for the first time in a long while. We may not know what Bieber's thinking, but one thing's clear. Usher's comments have shaken him. And maybe, just maybe, it's the start of something healing. Speech balloon, can the truth hurt and set you free? Door the industry's reckoning. More than just a scandal. This isn't just about Diddy, or Bieber, or even Usher. It's about an entire system that prizes success over safety, exposure over ethics. In the wake of Usher's revelations, other voices are speaking out. Quietly, carefully, but they're speaking. A former assistant, a backup dancer, a tour manager, each with stories that echo Usher's themes, blurred lines, unchecked power, and the dangerous cost of silence. The entertainment industry isn't just facing a PR crisis, it's facing a reckoning. So what happens next? Fire, are we finally ready to hear the whole truth? Hammer and wrench, what we can learn from all this. Actionable takeaways. This might feel like a distant, glittery world far removed from our own lives, but the themes are universal. Speak up even when it's hard. Silence might feel safe, but truth creates change. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Check your circles. Not everyone who supports your rise wants you to thrive. Healing is possible. Even when things get dark, there's always a way out, and sometimes that way starts with being honest. Whether you're chasing a dream or just trying to survive in your own lane, remember, your story matters. And your truth? It's powerful. This isn't just celebrity tea, it's a call for change. Usher didn't speak out to trend. He did it because enough was enough. Because silence protects the wrong people. Because maybe, just maybe, it's time the music industry faces the music. So, what do you think? Has this changed how you see the artists you love? Do you believe more revelations are on the way? Speech balloon, drop your thoughts. Share your truth. Start the conversation. Because one voice can start a ripple, but many can start a revolution.